in your rank. Beautiful flash right there. This is a great, like, pay attention to this. Like, pay attention to this. Like, he gets caught here. He gets caught here, and what does he do? He has flash, he has body. He could flash now. He could flash now. He could flash now, even now, and he flashes at the last second on the third attack of the Braum, and then ults beautifully, and then now absolutely, they have absolutely no chance to escape here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And what's going on, guys? It's Zise here, and today we will analyze the rank 1 on the Korean ladder. Absolutely insane player, hype. Rank 1 on the Korean ladder. I looked at the Korean ladder, I was like, okay, this guy is rank 1. I mean, how can you play in Challenger, AD carry, rank 1? I look at his scores, 6-0, 10-0, 2-0, even when he's like 13-4, even when he's losing, he's like stomping so hard, he looks so consistent. And the question is, how does he get to the level of that consistency? How does he play so well that even in super high elo, people can say, yeah, but it's easy to play AD carry in high elo because people help you. Yeah, that's true, but once you fall behind, it is much harder in high elo to come back. And even though that's the case, he looks like he has such a consistency level that even when he loses, maybe he loses lane, he just loses the early game, he still comes back and he's still good, he's still consistent, and he's still so fucking good. Guys, I'm gonna break down his gameplay today for you and show you how consistent you can get as an AD carry. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out any bit of content from this AD carry professional channel. I'm an AD carry coach. My name is Zise. I've done this for 8 years already. Coach players with ranks between Iron and Challenger. So I'll show you what works and what doesn't in your rank too. So let's take a look at this. So we've got MF matchup right here with Leona. Obviously, it's a pretty good matchup. When you see MF in high elo, you always pick Rel, Leona, stuff like that. In low elo, doesn't really matter that much, the matchup. We see a heal on the Leona, which is good because Braum is a very hard matchup for Leona. And Ezreal is also a pretty hard matchup for Leona. So obviously going heal and playing a little bit more utility style is good. So when it comes to the MF, it's pretty simple. MF versus Ezreal is really good because she has a lot of movement speed. MF versus Ezreal, you are supposed to win early game because you're an early game champion. And then Leona versus Braum, yeah, Braum wins. So we have AD gap matchup and they have super gap matchup. So that's basically the matchup. One, he needs to get push. I love the fact that he goes first strike. There are so many pro players in Korea or in any region, like even Viper, even like Guma, even like they just autopilot going for press the attack build. But if you actually played against a lot of challenger players, one trick pony MF, Grandmaster Challenger, and they all go first strike. And it's kind of sad to see every single pro player autopiloting the build. And a lot of coaches, they actually believe that, you know, pro players, they're not very good at understanding the builds. They just copy what's standard and they just play the game so well and so consistent in other aspects. But if they do a bit of research on the best of the best players that play only MF for their whole life, they have millions of points on MF, they will see that first strike is the highest win rate. First strike is the absolute best rune. We can see that in statistics here as well. We can also see if you say Emerald is low elo, then we can look at Diamond 2 Plus. And in Diamond 2 Plus, the things actually stay the same, not by a big margin, 52.3 with 51.8. So obviously it's not a huge margin, but still I think you can get the edge right there if you go for the correct build. Okay, so let's see. Please get push. Ezreal should use the Q on the minions. He gets 10% attack speed when he Qs the minions, so he needs to get the first Qs on the wave. As MF, you can, if you get push as MF, you can zone. It's a melee versus melee, but MF is actually stronger at the game champion. So wow, Ezreal misses the Q. Okay, beautiful dodge by him right here. Beautiful. Ezreal Q is 5.5 seconds. So you see how immediately he walked up, they have no Q? Boom, hype is walking up. Okay, now this is a mistake from Ezreal. He shouldn't really Q like this because now he loses push. The first Q should always be on the wave. And now MF should just walk up. She got 3 minions, she auto-attacks on the minions. Look at MF, look at MF, look at MF. Guys, do you sense the pressure? He stays behind of the minions because obviously it's Braum. But look at this, he doesn't need to push here. Why? Because he established a minion lead. He knows the matchup on support is kind of the same, level 1, they're both melee, they're both useless. So he's looking to not hit and not over push. When you play for level 2, the moment you get this minion advantage, there is no reason for you to push because you already have level 2, you already have control. So pay attention to him. He literally only last hits, and he last hits at the very last hits. He doesn't last hit like auto attack Q, couldn't dodge the Q of Ezreal, goes into the brush, really good. Pay attention to this. Every time when he last hits a minion, he's out of the brush like this. Every time when he hits the enemies, he's out of the brush, but he always uses brush to generate pressure. just because you are in fog of war. Let's see the pressure right here. It is a Skarner right here. You can get a Q. Very good. Okay, this is a mistake. He should always barrier here. Because now you have barrier up, but you got chunked, so they can win the lane. I think if this is Guma or a different player, he 100%. I bet my life on it, they will barrier. See a lot of pro players using barrier, especially at 2 minutes barrier. At 5 minutes you have it again. So I don't know why he actually didn't use it. Because HP is more valuable than the summon spell in a case like this. Because the HP, flat HP, is allowing you to actually push the wave and control the wave and contest the wave. Really good word here. He's thinking that Skarner can do 3 camps into bot. It is a 250 gank from Skarner. He shouldn't, and this is a full clear Aatrox versus a full clear Skarner. But he actually looks forward. So far, very, very clean played. He doesn't really want to give the push. Brom is queuing for fun. Okay. And he wants to get the push. Uses the Q on the wave. Misses it on the Ezreal. We don't know where it's Skarner, so we just need to play for push. We don't want to trade too much. Yeah, now they can win. Wow, this Ezreal is really good. I mean, obviously, he's a Grandmaster Challenger player. And it's Korean Ezreal, which means 5 ping or something. Okay, Ezreal looks to walk up really crazy right there a little bit. Like, that was a little bit iffy. I think Skarner could be around. He's probably not going to play aggressive. Yeah, you see hype. He's understanding already what is happening in the game. Lets the waves come into him. Okay, Skarner shows up top. So he did top, bot to top. And now he needs to play pretty safe. Beautiful dodge by him. So far, good fundamentals. It wasn't completely, absolutely clean. Like AI level, but obviously he's a human. He's rank 1 Korea doesn't mean he's like AI level, right? He will miss stuff. Okay, good positioning. Can't really do anything right here. He needs to look for a base, but realistically speaking, he can't base now because they're gonna push. Really good dodging right there by him. Ooh, he gets poked. He's actually losing this lane. Yeah, I think the fact that he took the shower shot, like, think about it right now, guys. Do you prefer having 300 HP and barrier up, or do you prefer having 500 HP? I prefer having 500 HP and no barrier, just because the actual HP is going to be much more valuable. Super good.
Are you an AD carry main who feels like no matter how well you play, win the lane, make good decisions, play mechanically well most of the times, but you still have no real impact? You crush it one day, win 5 games in a row and feel unstoppable, but the next day you lose every single game and start doubting yourself. Am I even a good AD carry? What can I do if enemy top lane and mid lane are so fed? Imagine a world where you never let the lead slip away. You know exactly how to push your advantage, exactly when to rotate at the right time, and how to control objectives so you can snowball the game. A world where, as AD carry, you don't feel forced to make risky plays and you don't drop your lead. But you don't have to imagine it, you can make it a reality. This is Martin. He was grinding games, watching guides and trying his best, but none of it seemed to work. The problem? He was focusing on the wrong things. You don't improve just by playing more games, you improve by fixing the small mistakes that cost you wins. And that's a problem that most AD carry face. From Platinum 3 to Diamond in 2 months. Billy found himself making the same mistakes over and over again, engaging at the wrong time or mispositioning in teamfights, dying for no reason, and he even knew some of the mistakes, but he didn't know how to fix it. He would find himself guessing what to do next, unsure whether to push, rotate or fight while feeling completely lost in the mid game. Now, he knows exactly what to do at every stage of the game and his results speak for themselves. Silver to Emerald in a month. Shaquille went from Diamond 4 to Challenger. Alex went from Gold to Grandmaster. And they are not alone, they are part of a growing community over 3,254 players who have taken coaching and transformed their gameplay. But here is the truth, this was not overnight and it was not effortless. Shaquille spent 2 years grinding to reach Challenger, not by playing more, but by playing smarter. Alex dedicated 26 months refining his skills and climbing to Grandmaster once he started focusing on what actually matters. So no, this is not a one session and you'll climb instantly, promise. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for a shortcut, this isn't it. But if you're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the effort, apply the right mindset and focus on the details that actually matter, this is the proof that coaching actually works. You're closer to being a great AD carry than you think. Most players just need to uncover what's actually holding them back. That's it. You could keep grinding, watching random guides and hoping for progress, but how much time will you waste before realizing something is missing? you could finally find the real mistakes that have been keeping you stuck and start making real progress. You have already put in the effort. Now let's make sure it pays off. Book your coaching session now at bizise.com.
Okay, so let's see what he's gonna do, because Skarner is onto the mid lane. He could recall on this cannon wave. Remember, when you're losing, you can always recall on cannon. When you're losing, not when you're winning. I don't think he's gonna get a recall because he sees Skarner mid lane and Aatrox is fighting towards bot lane, and there is yeah, okay, yeah, this is a bit more complex. So in general, you're thinking about getting Dove here, but now since Skarner is mid and he's obviously looking at mid lane that Skarner is low HP, he's checking the Aatrox camps right now. We see 15 seconds on the Krags. We see this is almost up, the Raptors. And this is also Fog of War. So he knows exactly what is the Fog of War right now. He knows exactly what is in the head of Ezreal. He calculates the mana of Ezreal and the possibility of him getting Dove. And even with 200 HP, he would still stay. Even with 150 HP, he would still stay because they have not so much mana. And Skarner and Aatrox is patting bot. Also Skarner, if you really pay attention to this subtle thing on the minimap, you can see that he actually goes up, which means he's actually patting towards a recall, Raptors, Krags, whatever he does. So he plays absolutely perfect. He calculates the variables really, really well. And there is absolutely no universe where this Korean rank 1 is going to recall right here. Now he's going to stay. Ezreal recalls instantly, which means he has a lot of tempo advantage. I want to see how he plays. Is he going to stop recall? Very nice. Okay, he couldn't stop Ezreal though, which means he's in base. Okay, is he going to use W or Q here? Absolutely. And now... okay, what is he thinking right now? What is he thinking right now? He shouldn't push. Should you do this in low elo? No, you should never do this in low elo. Always push the wave. Always push the wave before recalling, right? Why? Why? It's because, like, why does he do this? Well, why do you push in low elo? It's because you want to get more gold. The wave is slow pushing into them, so it's going to actually freeze on their side. So when you come back on the wave, you need to crash the wave. Now it's still bad because it's slow pushing into them, but it's not frozen. So if you push, someone could say that the wave is not going to crash, but that's fine. At least you get more gold on this recall. Right now he has 1.3k gold, so he doesn't really need more gold for the Dirk. But in general, pushing the wave before recalling is always the case. Why didn't he recall? He didn't recall just because he calculates the tempo of enemy AD carry. This is in Korea, okay? So if we look at Ezreal, we didn't see him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 seconds. 19 seconds means, I mean, 8 seconds is the recall and 11 seconds means he's halfway, right? Because it takes 25 seconds to get to the lane. 11 seconds is halfway, especially because Ezreal can E towards the lane. He can also Q the Grom to lower his cooldown of the E, so he can get most likely 2 E's towards the laney phase. So why is he recalling right now? He's recalling right now just because Ezreal is very advanced here with the tempo. So if you try to push, he will always freeze here. So what he prefers, he recalls. So now he's not very far away from Ezreal. Like he's right here into the second tower when Ezreal, okay, Ezreal wasted time. I think Ezreal waited for an item in base. Ideally, in cases like this, what is going to end up happening is that Ezreal is getting to the lane like 5 seconds faster, but you're in the lane right after him. Okay. The difference between this and pushing the wave is that, so in general, here you should always push the wave. You should always push wave, but because he knows Ezreal is very advanced in tempo, you just recall instantly so you can kind of match the recall. You're not going to be able to match the recall because Ezreal is still here right now, but in general, that's what you do. If he knew that Ezreal just recalled, or if he knew Ezreal is in the first, you know, below this tower, he will always push the wave because he should know that he can crash the wave before the next wave comes. And also Ezreal is not really high in tempo, but he's thinking, he's calculating all of these things. So he gets boots, Dirk potion. Okay, so he couldn't really get, wow, interesting, he didn't get a fillable potion, but I guess he just got boots. This is a slow push, he needs to crash on the next wave. Let's see if he's gonna do it. Prom is mid. Ezreal is here. I don't think he can pressure Ezreal. This is even farm. But in Challenger, it's a bit hard to get like CS advantage, isn't it? Ooh, Q, auto. Interesting that Ezreal in E right away. He actually tanked that. Okay, he needs to crash this. Reason why he needs to crash this is because Braum was on the river. We don't know where is Skarner right now. So if we don't crash now, the next wave that just spawned right now is gonna block our wave from crashing, so we gotta crash before the next wave comes. Also your weak side, so as Aatrox is top. So he's calculating all of these variables and he's thinking obviously a 2-wave stack here is the play. And then now he can go for a word, he can go for a recall, or he can go for pressure under the tower because he has a lot of minions. The best is pushing, and I don't think he should go for a word if he's human because he just saw Skarner on mid lane a second ago. So there is no reason to go for a word. Yeah, perfect. If you don't know where is the jungle, you just go for a word, right? And we see that this is just really good. Really, really good. I mean, okay, in low elo, if you don't know where is the jungle, just go for a word. Don't be crazy pushing. But if you have a wave like this in the tower, you usually want to just, you know, pressure. Yeah, very good. He didn't word because he didn't need it. Like, why would I word when I know where is Skarner and know where is Orianna? But most importantly, where is Skarner? Because Orianna won't like roam a lot. He's getting a lot of Qs, but he knows his limits. Look, he still has barrier right now. He uses the potion, uses the E, tries to kite towards the minions. He goes on the Ezreal right now. This is crazy. Okay, he knows the limits very well, and then he flashes in. Is he gonna be fine? I don't think. Oh my god. Okay. Wow, that is a very fucking high level. Okay. So one, when you play MF, you always want to utilize your passive. When you hit different targets, every time when you attack a new target, you get more damage, right? So right here is very interesting what she did. Like one, he used the Q. Yeah, so like right now, he walked up, tried to use the Q. He actually missed position right here. Tries to do auto attack into Q. Backs off. He realizes that this is a bad call. And now usually you just hit the closest target and you run, you pull back, right? But what he did is he hits Brom once. And then he's like, hey, I have Leona. And I have a lot of damage, plus I have my barrier up and they have cleanse. I calculate my damage. I know that he has tier with Ezreal, and I know that he doesn't really he doesn't really have barrier, which is a big deal in a fight like this. So he walks up and he hits the backline target, and he goes onto the backline target. Leona beautifully follows up right there. This is not something that you can respect in low elo, because yeah, he knew his limits very, very well. Like hitting the backline target like that requires a really good understanding of your champ, a really good understanding of your damage, a really good understanding of the matchup. Like if I'm in silver or in emerald and I'm coaching an emerald player, will I tell him here to go on Ezreal in this case? No, that's stupid and that's crazy, right? Like a silver player or emerald player won't be able to execute. So this is why you should check out my coaching session, just because in the coaching you will learn truly what works for your rank. So on your screen you have the people that got coaching session. We have thousands of people that got coaching session. Right here you can see some of the achievements, absolutely insane. Of course we've got people from silver, from bronze, from diamond, from grandmaster. We got all the kind of people, and this is how you can see that it truly can work for you if you don't have influence into the game. Look at this. Emerald 4 to Diamond 2 in less than a month. So if you truly want to get better, if you want to have influence on the role you love, if you want to make sure you're more consistent, guys, go to Zise.com, book your coaching session if you're serious about winning, because this is not just bullshit help. It's actually coaching that works for your rank, because we all know that what you see on the screen right now with pro players, you can't always apply what they do, right? You can apply only some things. Okay, so now he pushes the wave. I'm thinking, should he recall right away? Not really. Skarner can come towards bot, but you want to push because the wave is screwed and you're already pretty close to the wave. You want to push before recalling. He pushes this, he backs off. I don't think he's gonna escape here. So Skarner has R, maybe, we don't know. He Qs and runs away. Interesting that he even walks up to auto attack, because Skarner can flash ult, but it's like really confident. Look how confident he is. And now he should know that Brom is gonna stop his recall. He wards here. Okay, so he actually goes a little bit more towards here because he knows that Brom is going to walk up right here. Obviously, he's in Fog of War, but this is Challenger Korea, so he's as high as it can get. So usually you recall here, but usually Brom is, if he's good enough, he's going to Q there, predict, so he actually recall right there. Very smart. He's calculating everything, bro. He has a lot of experience. Like, obviously, he's pretty good at the game. Can I say that? He's pretty good at the game. Okay, so now he is 1v2. And Leona is mid. There are grabs up, so all what he has to do is not die. He can get though for sure. Yeah, ulti on the wave is good. Just because we see that Leona is pathing towards mid lane, we started the grabs, which means most likely the enemy is going to start the Drake, as we can see right here. So they can set up a dive on the next wave. It's not a cannon, but with Brom it's like really easy to set up a dive. You have no sums. The only positive thing is that Leona has TP, but now he's like, hey, I'm going to ult the wave so they don't really have any chance, and I'm going to be safe. Should you ult the wave in low elo? I would avoid it. Because in low elo, remember, your ulti is 2 minutes, right? And in low elo, people fight a lot. And if you don't have ult and you play MF and you just use it on the wave, in most cases it's bad for low elo, because there will be fights that you want to tend to. that you can, you know, just ulti to defy. So you can ult in situations like this when you're like really in danger, but I wouldn't really ulti. Like in Challenger or Grandmaster, people play around the fact that you have no ult, but in lower elo, it's better to, even if you have to like miss a wave, sometimes it's better to hold your ulti. Of course, not always, but just like ulting the wave as MF is pretty toxic if you play in low elo, because for you to have a true understanding on when you're gonna get dove, when they can actually go on you, when they can, you're probably not having that good understanding. But if you do, obviously, like he did know Skarner is around bot lane. He didn't know he can get dove. He did calculate the matchup. He did calculate all of these things, and then he decided to ult the wave. But in Emerald, in low diamond, in silver, in gold, very unlikely that they will actually know what they're doing. Okay, so pushing this wave. Yomu's first item, first strike. Let's see the runes one more time. I don't think, yeah, okay, HP flat. Goes in Fog of War. Doesn't, okay, so he actually wants to contest this. Atrox died though. So let's see what he's gonna do. That guy is not weak. But he needs to have good spacing. Pure. Ooh, really good spacing by him. Really good spacing by him. Like, look at this. Like, how well he plays it. Like, he's using the Leona as a bait. Look at this. If Leona gets caught, I'm here. If Leona gets caught, I'm here. I'm gonna use my E. I'm staying max range because the range of the Skarner ult is like this, right? The flash range is like this. So he's playing a way of that. Of course, Skarner can also eat towards the wall. He cues the Skarner beautifully. He backs. So this is a perfect positioning. And people are asking, how is he so consistent? Even to that level in Challenger, he doesn't get punished. Like, how is he? This is the reason why he is so consistent. Because he understands the threat range. He knows so well how to play around the range of the enemies. And he knows how to use his teammates. Because a lot of people, whether it's a Leona or it's a Janna in that case, you still stay behind her. And you just let her make the play, and if she gets engaged on, that's when you follow. If you play AD carry and you understand that you can use your team, you can use your teammates, you can use your support as dummies, then it's much easier for you to play. Because a lot of AD carries, what they do, they just walk up and they try to do the stuff, when in fact you need to play reactive, you need to take farm, you need to be consistent, you need to have high percentage decisions, and you just need to let Leona fuck up, let Leona misposition it, and when they focus her, that's your green light. Okay, he should never recall here. He saw Skarner right there. He might die here though. Q first. Leona goes in. Ooh, ulti. Okay, what I don't like about this play is that he didn't use his Q. He Q'd first here, but before you ult, you could wait 0.1 more second, then you can do QR. I guess he really preferred the angle here because there is nowhere to go, and the Q is not actually that much DPS compared to the R, maybe. Yeah, when I watch Viper MF, he always does with the Q, but maybe Hype has a fair point to just ult to not like. But if you QR, I don't know how much DPS more you get. I'd have to test it. So what is better, to like let your ulti run or do you just Q ult? Because theoretically, if you Q first into ult, you waste half a second. So if you, compared to if you just ult, the bullet's gonna hit faster, right? I guess it depends on how much AD you have as well. Yeah, and this is what I like, right? He understands he's gonna get ganked, he pushes this wave, and he just ignores. You see, he ignores Leona. There is no point where he, in his mind, he's like, oh, I'm gonna help Leona. No, I'm gonna die with her. Like here, he just runs. See that? How far away he is with her. And this is how you're consistent, man. This is the level of consistency that this guy has. Really, really important. So second item, maybe Collector. Skarner is in the jungle. He's looking to follow. He could go for the wave, but the wave is pretty far. He's going for a flank right now. He knows that he has sums, so he can always do crazy stuff like this. Really, really good. Really, really good. If you're in low elo, be very careful. I would always get the normal path, the safe path, rather than doing this. Because if Braum is here or if Ezreal is here, you can get flashed on by Braum. So in low elo, it's a bit hard to do these things, as in, to be able to do this thing, it really requires you to have really good game understanding and limit understanding, which if you are below master tier, you probably don't have. And I would even say below grandmaster, to be honest. Grandmaster players is really the point where people play it unbelievably better. Okay, pushes the wave, recalls, so now you could go mid. And then we can swap, Galio can go bot, Galio has ult. I mean, if I'm in low elo, would I roam mid? Probably not. Because when you're mid lane, you're going to be against, like, if you swap like this, and Orianna is mid, which in low elo, you guys know, the moment you go mid, your mid laner won't want to go bot, and it's all this conflict. So if you are mid lane and Orianna is mid lane and you are against a mid laner, there is a high chance you die, because this is a challenger game. You have human on support and human on jungle, so they play around you. But if you are against a mid laner like Syndra, Orianna, Zed, you will always die because you're always behind. Like this Orianna is almost level 11 and you are level 9 on MF. And realistically speaking, you're 5-0 and you're still under level, which is very funny. So when you group mid, I recommend it to get the bot tower first and then you go mid lane in low elo and super low elo. Obviously, this is a good play in challenger and this is a good play in high elo if you know your teammates are going to play around you. Because obviously people have TPs, Galio have TP, so Galio has no reason to stay mid. But I just don't think it's applicable. If I play in like plat, I will go mid, and then my Galio is not gonna group. So then what do I do? So this is why, guys, you should really try out the coaching session, because I will teach you exactly what you need for your rank, exactly what works for you. A lot of coaches, they teach bullshit, they teach things that works in high elo, but they don't teach things that actually work in your rank. Beautiful flash right there. This is a great, like, pay attention to this. Like, pay attention to this. Like, he gets caught here. He gets caught here, and what does he do? He has flash, he has barrier. He could flash now, he could flash now, he could flash now, even now, and he flashes at the last second on the third attack of the Braum, and then ults beautifully, and then now absolutely, they have absolutely no chance to escape here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And now, of course, you want to go to the wave. So he baited them perfectly. He didn't really use his barrier because it wasn't needed. He knew that if he uses barrier, he will anyways have to flash in order for him to escape. So it's like, hey, why would I use barrier and flash when I can just use flash? Yeah. So what did I like about his gameplay? I mean, he's 7-0 in a challenger, Grandmaster challenging Korean game. And what I like the most is that he still made mistakes. He still got caught from time to time, like super minor mistakes. And he barely lost the 1v1, but the 2v2, sorry. But he knew his limits very, 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 very well. And this is obviously from testing limits a lot. A really good decision making. Particularly what I like the most is how he used Leona. He was always so far off Leona that even if the enemies want to go on MF, want to go on him, they couldn't, because he's so far away. And the moment the enemies committed their abilities or they are on cooldown, boom, he just goes in here, gets the green light, and it's great. Like even here, right? Like Leona could be a bronze player and she's just face checking this brush. But look at the Hype right here. Hype knows that there is no way I'm gonna follow Leona. So I'm staying really, like, you see the distance between him and Leona, because he knows if I click here, I'm in danger. If I click here, I'm in danger. So I'm gonna go around. And this is a great thing, right? Because this, if you play in silver, you're gonna play the same. It's like, oh, okay, when I'm in a challenger, I will play different because I will trust my support. No, you still need to play cautious. You still need to play cautious around the threats. So this is why if a challenger player plays in silver, if the support goes 0-20, you're still gonna be very useful and you're still not going to be super behind, because you know what fights to go for and you know what fights to not follow. But to do that, to have the understanding to know what fights to follow and what fights to not follow, you need to test your limits for a while. And I always consider, like, if I play the game, if I'm stacked, you know, I will have an account where I test more limits, I go for more crazy stuff, and one account when I do through try hard. 2 accounts maximum. I don't recommend more. If you have 5-6 accounts, it's usually very, 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 very bad. You're splitting the attention too much on different accounts, and that's not a good thing. Of course, for swiftness boots, now it's pretty simple. It is mid game, you push the wave and then you play around the jungle. The jungle has Camp Store, Stop, and Herald right here, so he can do Raptors into Herald immediately, especially because Leona is going to get vision. There is no reason for him to get camps because he's pretty ahead. Miss Fortin plays around Leona. Ults right away. Very hard to play into Braum in general for MF, but realistically speaking, it is pretty hard. Now he goes back to mid lane. Obviously the wave is the priority, and now usually you just play with the Leona and with the Aatrox and you play top side. But since he doesn't really have ulti, and since Leona doesn't really have ulti and Leona is low and she recalls, we can make a play bot, recall into going to mid lane, get a push, and then play for Herald. Usually you just play for jungle support, but in this case you can easily gank. You don't really need to flash the Orianna Shockwave, you don't even need to barrier. I have no idea why Orianna flashed, but I mean, she's dead anyway, so it's not like she can do very much here. I think he's gonna get the next wave as well. Is he gonna stay? No, he actually prefers the tempo because he wants to clear the wave mid lane. Yeah, this is a great game. And yeah, the best thing about it was that it was just not clean. It wasn't flawless, right? And he's still like 9-0. Guys, be sure to check out my stream as well, because I stream on Twitch 6 days a week or 7 days a week sometimes. And I play AD carry, I do educational content, I do coaching right there, OPGG reviews. So check out my Twitch, guys. If you didn't really do it, guys, go to Twitch Zise lol and check that out. And obviously check out the Discord as well. I also have a Discord, so when I stream. So go on my Twitch, go to the chat, type !Discord, and then you can join the Discord so you know when I'm streaming. That's pretty much the game, because in Korea people FF a lot, and this is what we're gonna see in this game, that they will FF in a minute. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know who else you want me to watch next. Let me know if you like this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys. Bye bye. $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.